Hey, this is the Daily Overpass. My name is Eric and I make apps. Now today I want to talk about the reviews in iOS. Okay, yesterday I had a little bit of moan about the new format of the Google reviews, so adding those different categories and everything like that. And I thought, I complained about the new Google Play reviews, but they are so much better than Apple's reviews. The Apple review process is just, we know that it's important, but there's so many things that they could adopt. Like, first of all, they can make them easier to find. That's probably the biggest thing. It makes me think that they're not important to Apple because they just, as a developer, it's impossible to find where the reviews are on iTunes Connect. And secondly, you can't respond to them. So somebody can say anything about your app and there's nothing really you can do about it. And you just kind of hope that they'll contact you directly. But so let me just show you what I mean here a little bit, because this, and it's not to get into the whole Android versus iPhone thing. I think you should be targeting both. But if you only have iTunes Connect to go with and you're not using any third-party services for like reviews and stuff, it can be really hard to find. So let's have a look at my screen here. You can see iTunes Connect, and first of all, you see this big section here up at the top. This is just them telling me that they removed some of my apps like 4 months ago, and they're going to tell me, I guess, for the rest of my life, because I don't know how to remove this. If you know how to remove this, I'd love to know. But there's no X's, there's no nothing. So anyway, so in order for me to find out what reviews some of my apps have had, I'd have to go into My Apps and wait for everything to load. Okay, now that they've loaded, I have to go find the app I want to go into. So I'm going to go over here into EarSpy. And again, they should put it someplace where it's a bit, because it's data that changes all the time. There should be somewhere to show you, like right up front, that you have a new review or a new rating. So then, yeah, you have to go into here, and then you have to go into Activity, and it's right prominently displayed on the last tab over underneath All Builds, App Store versions, and then finally down here you have Ratings and Reviews. I mean, it's like, if they could find like the last place to display it, that's where they put it. And it's not even after that. They give you all versions, and then they'll give you they'll give it separated by market. So it depends on how many you have. If you don't have any, at least it will tell you you don't have any. But like for here, I'd have to go into every market. Like I know the US has them. Let's go down to United States. Good. And I could go down here and I can start looking at the reviews. There's nothing I could do about it, but at least gives me an idea. I could go down to United Kingdom and look at those, and then and it's slow, it's clunky, it's a terrible interface, and it's like if you actually want to see on a daily basis how your reviews look, it could be really bad, especially if you have lots of apps and lots of markets. I mean, it's it's just the way it is. It's a bad interface. So there's other ways there's other things you can use. Like one of the services we use here is called LaunchKit, and LaunchKit has lots of paid services and stuff like that. They seem to be a pretty good service. The only one we use here is called Review Monitor. So if I launch Review Monitor, what you could do here is you could set it to listen for iOS reviews for the iTunes Connect. You connect your iTunes Connect account to it, and every time it gets a new review, it'll send you an email. Well, you have to set up the apps individually. So you have to set up the apps and the market, but at least you only have to do it once, which is still tedious and time consuming. And then it will send you an email, and then if you have Slack, you could also set it up to send it to your Slack. So if I show you here, here we have like a reviews channel on Slack, so we can see when new things come in. So it helps a little bit there. And then the nice thing is if you go into one of these and you could like attach it to your Twitter account, so you just go in there and tweet it, and it will tweet the review with the image, which still has LaunchKit on there and everything like that, which is fine, but it still links back to the App Store, and it's a nice free service, so it's really good. Another thing you could do, and one of the things that we do, is we use the App Annie API. So App Annie is really good if you connect your iTunes account to it and your Google Play account to it, and it has an API that you can connect to. So one of the things we do is we have like a few times a day, like a little service that will just check the App Annie API, download everything, put it into a local database, and there's a few things we could do with that. We could display it on the homepage of our website, which is nice. It's content that's always changing, and then we could also have reports that we could go through and see where things are, and just look at even on Google Play, if you have a lot of apps, you have to go through each and every single one of them. And that's we have Maribel on our team. That's a large part of her job is to go through each and every single one of those to find any new reviews we have. If there's anything that looks like it's urgent and has to be seen to, like a bug or a crashing or something like that, she'll raise it to me, but otherwise she'll respond to things, and if people ask questions, she'll answer them, all that kind of stuff. But you know, even on Google Play, if you have a lot, it's really hard to find. But on Apple, man, on iTunes Connect, it would be impossible to do that as a daily task. So anyway, that's my rant today. So I just want to go this as bookend rants about ratings. So yesterday we talked about Google Play reviews, and today iTunes Connect reviews. And you know, I don't know if you guys are, okay, here's my question for you. Do you have any services that you use that make it easier for you, both for iTunes and for Google Play? So that would be really good for the rest of us to know. And that's it. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow.